Narrator. This is the narrator of the story. This is a character, a part of the story. In a way, I am a fill-in for the author as a thing to give you information that you cannot see. We here to give you an entertaining story. So our story starts with Greg. Greg, good morning Josie, come here. Josie, meow. Greg, I love you Josie, I love the fact that I got you as a kitty because you're so cute my little girl. Oh, it's time to get ready. Greg, inferior will take care of you my little kitty. Why goat? Meet Mark. Narrator. He is traveling through, sending his consciousness to another asteroid habitat, as this is 2130 over 100 years into the future, as this series will continue to go into the future and future of this version of humanity, of this version of the world, or AI. Dyson swarms and interstellar communities exist. Greg, well hello Mark. Mark, hello Greg, well I see you came right at time. Greg, I never miss a game an entire decade we have been doing this. Mark, well let's begin. Greg and Mark fight. Narrator. Well, what they're doing is called the Game of Fights. It's a virtual game where new humans, the kind Mark and Greg are both, is to do a quick little side tangent. New humans are humans who have completely given up their physical parties, except for their brains, for completely virtual avatars so they can manipulate virtual worlds inside computers, which they do. The exact game they're doing is creating things that are supposed to fight against whether the other player courage. It's essentially a grading of a character model that they can shape to their exact will. So careful and meticulous building. The only things is that they had to be physically possible to exist in regular universe. The first character to die wins. Greg, yeah, go give a 1-2-5 punch. Mark, survived his attack. I built you to survive this. I built you to be immortal. Narrator. They're currently doing a marine version of their game. What do you need? Greg, get him, wrap his head off. Narrator. 1 hour later. Mark has won. Greg has lost. Greg, come on man, it's a fair fight though. Mark, what about your family thing on the moon? Greg, I've been trying to delete it as long as possible, but this is the last thing I'm actually doing as a distraction before my family reunion. My family has called to do this reunion for some reason. Hastily they go, usually worry too much when I'm not here, but for some reason they have asked me desperately to go. Mark, your family wants you to come for some reason even I cannot guess. Narrator. He will find out the reason soon, because the reason why they called is because his mother Maria has died. Greg, well bye, I'm going to this, give Josie a little goodbye, and go to the family reunion. Narrator. 5 minutes later. Greg, bye. Josie, your daddy is going to leave for a month. Narrator. 2 weeks later, transporting his brain to a new body at a lunar spaceport. Greg, hello cousin Johnny. Aunt Maria, where is my mother Marissa Ford? Johnny, well, to say exactly, your mother's dead. This is actually her funeral. Greg, what are you saying? Johnny, my mother of 64 years of my life is dead. Narrator. He cries in the middle of the spaceport as he does to the funeral. Narrator. Came to the pages. We will now not use preferences for the narrators, only the characters. 0.10 years over the grieving time. A new thing I will also add to is I will put character content tables, where all the named characters will be put on a table at the start of the chapter. Greg, Mark, Maria, Medea, Arcus, Uncle Cain, Marissa, Jessica, Anis, Arisk. And that's all the unique names. There will be some placeholder names like random with class, jobs, or characteristic. Greg, I just got accepted to become the UN's astronomical governor. I wanted their asteroids by the Venetian space. Mark, that is so great. Can I come to the asteroid city? I love coming and mooching off my friend. Greg, okay, you can come, and a room governor's grounds. Narrator. After a year of getting ready and traveling, Greg and Mark have arrived to the asteroid. To give a little bit more detail, particular stuff, Greg has applied to become the UN's astronomical governor on one of their asteroids. The UN owns several outer space territories thanks to the International Peace Agreement of Space Assets, or TIPASA, a international agreement to police space better, and also give more self-sufficiency for the UN to the size of territories, small for this world but more closer to cities of up to millions for our modern world, is the size of some outer space territories that they run. The outer space asteroid is astronomical governor for is essentially a manufacturing city of up to 1 million altered and unaltered humans, uplifted animals, and 3 million AI. Greg, ha, so nice, is it? Mark, Mark, yeah. Narrator. Well, now characters, including our main character, are now able to go to your new homes. His specific job as an astronomical governor is to be essentially one of the 300 secretaries on the ship of the Venetian port. Of the author forgot what the name of the spaceport. Ison is filling me to explain that example. Greg's job as the astronomical governor is to be one of the 300 secretaries which have multiple jobs of different importance. Some are in maintenance of the ship, some are in the diplomatic wrangling of a part of small space city, and to be the leader of the council of the 300 secretaries in emergency situations, when the importance surpasses level 1 of the danger chart, and for the last reason because people identify with a single leader. Maria, well hello, I guess you have just arrived. Greg, oh hello, I remember you, you're one of the secretaries. Secretary 54, Chief Engine Officer. Maria, yes, I like to call it CEO of the engines at our city port stable in the Venetian orbit. Mark, Oh hello hi, I was the friend who's going to couch surf with my friend over here. Greg, so you going to show me around the place, or what? Maria, yes, we're gonna just bring Mark to your place and we're going to give you a visit of the entire city. If you remember, this is Space Habitat construction facility. Most citizens here, our AI is working on instructing solar habitats for the millions he enter into space. Even a single solar habitat can usually host up to 100,000 people, so the city has a lot of work to do to construct the 10 space habitats it produces each and every year. Mark will buy Greg. Narrator, he is being taken away by personnel to the governor's lands, where meet up Greg again. Maria, okay, there's Lander Street, Columbus Street, Nicholas Street, and a final street which is Peter Street. Narrator, oh yeah, this is a time skip of 20 hours of different streets, avenues, and corners in the city of different bakeries, game houses, bars, parks, and museums. Greg whispering, thank God, I have a good feeling that I should turn off my ability to feel bored. She is ready, talking every single street, alley, and house in the city. Don't even think that's even useful. Narrator, Greg immediately feels something off. Someone's watching him. Greg, what's wrong with you? A cat is sitting at the roof of the building looking at him. Medea, wow, I didn't even thought you would notice me. Maria, you know that isn't permitted building to climb. Narrator, she's a uplifted cat, a cat given intelligence by her owner. It is one of the 300 secretaries, the secretary number 226. Greg, well hello, knew that you aren't a regular cat. Medea, so you got me, I surprised you caught me. Narrator, the cat jumps out of the 2-story building and drops on our feet. She greets our main character and shows Greg through the rest of the town as Greg goes to rest for next day for his new job. Greg yawn, hello my kitty Josie, now get up so I can do my work. Narrator, Greg pushes Josie off his chair and plugs into the computer as he downloads his mind to the consciousness where he starts his first job on this ship. He oversees every secretary's actions and makes sure they're following rules online according to regulations while monitoring the entire space habitat for any abnormalities. Greg, well, there seems to be no abnormalities. It's been about 5 days. Well, this is the end of my shift, so I should now finish. Tilted Greg inferior. Narrator, it's been about 5 days since you joined the job, and it's the of his work. A replacement will come in and work with Greg inferior to ensure nothing is wrong for another 5 days while he has 5 days for his niece coming to town. Greg, oh hello Jessica, how's my little niece doing? Jessica, hello Uncle Greg. Greg, I remember it just like that yesterday, wasn't it? Like 7 years ago when I saw you. You have grown a bit, but that delayed aging already shows. Narrator, a little bit of more lore on this. Her parents have given her a delayed aging process to give her more experience on the world, as thanks to technology they can control aging developmental growth in a child between speeding up by 10 years to delaying it up to 50. They delayed up to 50 years in order to give dear daughter extra developmental time to become more educated and well wounded in their complicated world. Oh yeah, there will be also a flashback to around 7 years ago doing a funeral day that he had with his brother Arcus. Arcus, it's so sad when she died. Narrator, the brothers both cry as they weep for dead mother, as while their entire family did join this remembrance day, not even all of their siblings. The 2 brothers decide to cry about their long gone mother, but after some motions have been spilled, here's what happens after this in the flashback. Greg, okay, it's time to feast. Narrator, they both laugh, enjoy, and revel in the food that they experience in their home in the New York City, which is a mega city of 58 million. A giant in its own right. This is just a little bit of lower dump as we explain a bit of the flashback. Greg visiting his brother and his wife Jess and their daughter Jessica in an anniversary the death of their mother. Greg, well, let's go to my house, Jessica. Jessica, okay. Narrator, as Greg and Jessica get transported by automated car to their home. Greg, well hello Jessica, do you like your room? This is the new one from the data I got from you from your father a few years ago. I shaped the room just like you like it. Jessica, well Uncle Greg, like a different type of style, a kind of jungle style. Can you accept a mind transfer to show a mental image of what I like? Greg, of course, so this is thing you like now. And oh yeah, the pet robot monkey, that's so cute I didn't even see it. Narrator, the explanation about the monkey is that she used to like princesses and tea parties, but now she likes jungles and monkeys. She even got a pet robotic monkey. This monkey has non-advanced intelligence AI systems and is transported from a microchip that has been set open, and now the monkey is fully transformed into a small monkey, climbs on trees. Greg also transformed stone into a dune environment similar to Amazon with a small child jacuzzi for a hot spring kind of feel. The room can also enlarge and shrink on the wheel and also change its environment on all 2 using nanoparts, but Jessica likes room also brings the monkey out and they have no time to have fun in their new room, which is Amazon theme with plastic trays and a small pool on the corner of the room. Time skip to the next day. Greg, Jessica, wake up, we're going to do. You want it to be said or keep it a secret? Jessica, well, can you just tell me? Greg, well, we're going to do Venetian laser tag. Narrator, if you want to know what Venetian laser tag is it is to go to a Venetian dome habitat where they get a transparent floor, and get hologram environments while they're able to see the bottom of the Venetian cloud surface. It's essentially like laser tag, but the floor see-through, seeing the sky below them in the high atmospheres of Venus. Greg. Well, we're here, Jessica, so let's suit up. In the Arthur mental picture of the scene there is a little intro sequence of them suiting up in a laser tag gear, and picking old Western themes, but I'll just summarize the details of events as they begin doing laser tag. Jessica gets amazed from the sky below. She enjoys the scene as she hides away from her uncle, who's shooting his loss to disqualify her from the tag game. Oh yeah, a little tidbit too, there is about 4 other people with 2 kids and their guardians. Well, as the game continues, they actually are the last 2 standing after an hour of running, hiding, and killing the little. Jessica killed player 1, and Guardian 1. Greg wasn't able to kill Guardian 2, but Jessica was able to kill Guardian 2, and eventually it was a 3-way battle, but both Jessica and Greg team up to kill player 2. Greg. Well, I guess it was amazing game, but you can't be your uncle. Jessica, eat this laser fire. Jessica. I'm sorry, uncle, this is not a correct decision to try to defeat me. Narrator. Jessica slightly dodged the attack Greg gave, and was able to keep herself from being disqualified as both of them go through a shootout through the entire old Western town. They go and hide through all the buildings, all the NPC. After reaching to a point where into saloon, they go into saloon, the bathroom, and Jessica is able to disarm Greg. Jessica. Well, Uncle Greg, anything else to say? Greg, you betrayed family life, liberty, and I feel like even yourself, Jessica. Well, time to go bye-bye. Greg knew. Narrator. After they finished the Venetian laser tag, they had intense amount of fun, even having a pizza party, until they went back home. There is a time skip of 1 year. Greg. Hello, Arcus. Arcus. Well, hello, Greg. It was great that you had so much fun with my daughter. It gave her such a great and amazing time. Jessica, come here. Jessica, Daddy. Narrator. Jessica and her father leaves the station, and he returns back to his job. A time skip of 48 years passes, as his only friend Mark leaves a brutal disconnection in his soul. Oh yeah, this part of the chapter will be a narrator-heavy chapter. Greg. Did I feel loneliness is so large? Why don't I just find other people? I'm so focused on my job I never really thought about doing anything else. I mean, too much of a work, I got it up. Much over. I get entire year vacation I'm going to do. Narrator. Greg takes all of his vacation time to vacation for a year, experiencing several outcomes, meeting several different people, and getting a small posse of people, mostly temporary but that become somewhat long-term. He goes to game competitions for new humans so he communicate and have fun with his kind. So he close to a competition for new humans called Alexia, a mix of fantasy, RPG, where you get 6 classes. It's in a virtual world called Alexia. In this virtual world you get 2 goals: a death competition, or a competition, where the specific in each competition depend on the designer's specific intent. So for exact terms, the example that I'm going to use here is a scenario where they have to kill as many as demon faction in the fantasy world as possible. Time will be accelerated in the simulation so they can experience years in minutes. They are split into 3 teams, 2 partners. The enemies that they can face is shapeshifters, regular demons, high demons, and human demons. Shapeshifters are the most powerful and esoteric class among all of the demons except for the rare special classes, which is human, high demons, the apparel order in demons, regular demons, which are usually like imps, orcs. Human demons, high demons, partial human beings are more powerful masters. Shapeshifters, high human demons, which are demons that gain the shape of a human, and are the highest level of demon after the demon lord. Their mission is to kill all the demons, and kill the most out of them out of the 3 teams over the course of decades. And because it's the fantasy world, it has kind of anime theme. As the narrator, I will give you snapshots of this reality in the simulation. So this is at the start of the simulation. Here's all the names. If you haven't looked at the name library, the partner of the main character Marissa, the 2 characters, the most competitive faction out of the main character's faction, and Anis, and his brother Arisk. Day 1. Announcer. We give you a new entertainment among the hundreds that are watching. 6 individuals will work as a team, 2 in each of the 3 teams that will exist in this game. This game will last for decades, as each team must kill as many demons as possible with certain point levels for each demon. There are 8 trillion demons, though, so they will have to use each other and their ingenuity to get the most demons the fastest possible, and representation for them in points. The more powerful the demon, though, the more points they get. At the end of the day, they must save the world, and there are a few rules. They can't do anything too dirty. Some new humans are watching this while young, and that means no torture, and while you can kill other players, all of you will get a debuff when you step outside of your zones of influence, which means for the first few decades in the game it will be massively disadvantaged for you trying to sneak out of the game to kill other players for advantage, and this is done anything too gruesome or dirty like going to the bathroom. Killing demons will be mostly cut out from the feed. You will have to kill as many demons are reminding all of you that is the ultimate and end goal of the game, which you play. So have a great game and enjoy your time. This will be a long time when we see each other again. Bye. Narrator the last minute as they get transferred down into a pipe that will transfer their consciousness from the virtual simulation they're currently into the virtual simulation that they will be in as kind of a mental health. Visualize, Marissa. I haven't seen you around here. Greg. Well, is actually my first time. I haven't done a lot of virtual stuff for a while, but competitions I haven't done that before the entire life. Ennis. Well, I see in the assimilation because me and my brother are going to win this game. Arisk. Good point, brother. Narrator the first day. Greg. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Marissa. How did you get a six-pack so fast? When we first entered the game you were skinny. Greg. Oh, I just found a magical item. Mark and me were very competitive whenever we played the game, my old friend. I am a very efficient when it comes to games, but I will always win. Narrator Marissa blushes as she continues looking at Greg. Marissa. Well, please put the shirt back on. Greg. Well, sorry, I'm just sweating a lot. This is my 1000th attempt. Narrator Marissa questions his attempt means, but he says it's a magical artifact that gave him all of this muscle. He wants to permanently getting all this muscle with also the magic artifact. By the end of the day he gets the effect. Time skip about 3 years later. Greg. Around 52,000 this day. Fantasy peasants, you did 52,000 in one day. Greg. Yeah, but it's not a very great number. Fantasy peasants. Well, that's just heroes, but I didn't know that they were that powerful. Narrator he's just talking to a bunch of fantasy peasants that he saved from a monster attack, because they were bordering demon territory. Ever since 100 years ago demons have claimed massive portions of the continent. He did not just kill the small demonic forest that was attacking them, but also I need a good portion of that region's demonic population. No, that was on a low point of his journey, usually averages around 120,000 a day. Before we do another skip, we'll just go to Marissa's perspective somewhere on the other side of the continent. Marissa. Well, that is done. I could put around 10,000 demons. That demonic invasion force was insanely vast. There were about 20 human-level demons. His port city should upgrade his defenses. Fantasy commoners, the great hero. Red, the great hero. The great hero, hooray. The Red Death, hooray. That is so nice. You don't have to be that supportive, but thank you anyway. Narrator. She kisses in the air, saying bye to everyone in the city. Currently, she has progressed to become more powerful, but not as powerful as the main character Greg. Production on the other continents have been progressing too, with that's the same skill as either of them. The closest is the brothers, who have surpassed the power Marissa, but haven't reached the power of Greg, so we will skip about 30 years. Greg. I guess it's time to equip. Random high demon. My throat? Narrator he's in a demon mating nest. So a demon mating nest is a giant when demons take a city that has a lot of magic souls. Narrator 2. Extra source of lore. Magic souls come from the 2 out of 3 types of friendly nations that has mana dense soul. But I will tell the story of what happens in that mating nest. He cut most of the demons down, which was about several million, about 12 million demons. Currently he has done it all the way down to 126,000 demons, but now he has another problem. He is absolute exhausted after days of killing, and is dehydrated, hungry and tired. Absolute tiredness with only ability to sleep even a fraction of the amount he needs to sleep, because demons attack him while he's down. He has set up a spell barrier to keep the demons in the city. It's mostly been destroyed into rubble, but he still has to take every single demon within a 30-mile radius, and most of the other demons are the best at hiding away from him. Currently he's trying to figure out the mastermind demon he hasn't killed, the leader of the mating nest, so he is just suffering, as the demons still have some leadership left and the barrier won't open until he fully tires out. He learns that the demonic signal is close by, takes his final stance against the demon leadership. It happens to be a poison demon, which is a type of shapeshifter that is a shapeship with highly toxic poison. It's real annoying because it's real effective against his body, so when the final battle gets in the way, he's able to slay the shapeshifter. After other 2 more days it becomes way easier as it consume the flesh. The shapeshifter, which helped him feel his magic just long enough for him to not need sleep, and he was taken to the royal capital, and given the rest for 5 days. As the first thing he saw was the face of Marissa. Marissa. Hello, I was just about to pour this animal piss right on your face. Greg, you already had to do that. Come on, this is the hardest of the last 3 years I had. This is exhausting. Narrator skip another to around 60 years. Greg. Die, you fat beast. Demonic sea fish. Man, shit. Narrator he has just faced a bunch of demonic beast inside another demonic beast owned by one of the generals, a very powerful fish monster type beast of high demons, but a very non-intelligent species of high demon empowered with the power of one of the 4 generals of the Demon King. It took a week to tear the fish apart. After that, the internal bleeding killed it, and the fish people are what were the avatars of the fish body kept harassing him forever in those weeks. Marissa at the time was recorded. Time skip to the last year of their game. Greg. We must stop fighting. It been 20 years while our enemies. We shouldn't do this now or right on it of causing the final battle against the Demon King. Let's work together. NSAA, well I agree. Ares, me too. Marissa, I guess we have a deal. Narrator the final about the Demon King, and his last army. The army Dad I filled with his last strongest powerhouses after the 4 generals' houses 10 times stronger than before. But as the demon army, they did it quite quickly because they teamed up in the year they put all of the demons, and even direct attacks from the camera to his pet magic domain that makes his entire place into a part of his body through the warping of space, and went to the central chamber, and fought against the Demon King. The Demon King, being tired and battered, fought the heroes, and lost as day one. The last demon was killed. It was found out that Greg and Marissa had 500,000 more experience points than the others. They won and was awarded through virtual crown of their competition. Through who leave us the victors of the game. The next attempt of a competition that he played was a survivor zombie competition. He met a group of friends who he worked together in the virtual zombie competition to dominate the world. Then they will see artificial ghost world where you had to find the clues of the world. Lost inhabitant, and you will have to find out what happened. Hint, they aren't actually dead. And about 10 other competitions and games and examples times about the year time skip of about 20 years. The author decided to skip a bunch of story segments because the lack of viewership. So I will go to the last part of this chapter. Greg, yeah, your child is with your ex-wife. You did this job to the point where it's not fun anymore. I already should have realized that. I really should have stopped this a long time ago. I'm going to leave, go back to Earth. I'm gonna say goodbye. Narrator, he's just talking to himself as he a new journey. He married a woman with a passionate romantic flair. But after 10 years, he and her divorced with a 10-year-old son with her. The child is now 15. As he realized that his dedication to his work has over-obsessed his life, he decided to communicate with his 2 friends, and leaves to take odd jobs around the solar system.